Alright guys, today I'm going to do a little server tour of the server I play on, where I'm staffed with some of my friends. I've been working on the server for a few months now. It's kind of been in development for a few years, but we haven't actually made it into like a public server until just recently. But this is the spawn for the server world. So as you spawn in, we have some nice gardens here. We got, the server's called Hycraft, so we have Hycraft right up here. We got some nice little gardens, some decorations. Now, the cool thing about our server is it's mostly vanilla, but we do have a few interesting plugins to make it a little special. So the first one we have that I'm going to show off here is elevators. Now, basically how these work is you use quartz blocks and redstone blocks, and basically it automatically makes the elevator where you can either use spacebar, which is jump, or whatever your key binding is for jump, or crouch to go up or down. So that's just a little tutorial area. I'm not going to show that off right now, since I'm in spectator mode. Now, over here is Irma's shop. Now, it's not really open right now, it's just it's still being developed, but you can see it all here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and open up the warps menu here and show you guys the main server town we have. So this is the main town. Starting off here, we have our Christmas tree that we haven't taken down yet. We have some basic player homes over here. Now this is the main part of this trail town. Going down this trail here, you can see we have an entrance to Pop's house, Pop the Cat's house. I'm not going to go inside because it's still kind of, well, it's kind of private. I don't want to show that off in video. That's the same for all player homes. I'm not really going to show off the insides just for privacy. This is Arma's house. As you can see, he's a really good builder. He did this by scratch from hand. He's actually a really talented builder. This entire valley right here was at one point just gravel, and he terraformed pretty much all of this by himself, by hand. Survival. So he's a really good builder. I'll leave some videos in my description of other builds he's done. He's really good at building. There's an entrance down to Tiger Space, but I'm not going to show any of that, because, like I said, privacy reasons. Going back down the path over here, you guys can see my base. Also, if you notice the yellow text on the bottom of the screen, we have resonance plugins. So anytime you see that yellow text, it basically means they're going into a new lane claim, which is one of the cool features of our server. So this is my main house. Most of these builds I did not do myself. They're YouTube tutorials that I watched and built and made a few modifications for. So, yeah. This is the main house I have. And then going down, I've done a little basic terraforming just to make it look nice. I built a castle here for some people who don't have houses, or just want a place to live. Now, I've got a silo here that's not finished yet, still under construction. I need to finish that actually. I got a small crop plot here. Got some sugarcane here by a little pond. I've got a medium-sized player home here that's currently vacant. These signs are just, saying they're vacant, so if someone wants to move in, they can move in. We've got another smaller house over here with a small loft. It's also vacant. Going back the path over here and up the hill a little bit, I have a tower that I'm still working on building. It's also vacant. I'll actually show off the inside of this one because it's under construction still. But yeah, it's pretty bare bones. Not much to it. So that concludes the main town. Now I'll show you guys some of the perimeter areas. So, over here, somebody has built a swamp house. You can see a couple player homes over here. This is actually an unfinished player home. Fun fact, if you go underneath the floorboards here, you can see my cat. Yeah, my cat's just been sitting there for a while, but anyway. There is a lighthouse up here. The beacon over here. And there's another small mountain house over here. And this is pretty much just the main survival area where most players live. Now, I'm going to try to show off a couple of the plugins we have so you guys can see, what makes our server different from those servers. We're not. I wouldn't say we're really a modded server, but we do have a good amount of plugins. So we're not really a vanilla server either. We're somewhere kind of in the middle between being modded and vanilla. One of the main features that we kind of started out with was an economy feature. So we have a server shop here where you can go in and you can go to different categories, and there's sell and buy prices. Right click to buy, left click to sell. I'll show you the amount you have to have to sell or buy. So, and the prices as well. All kinds of categories. Now, also, we have a help menu that shows off some other stuff too, with a website, Discord, Dynamap, all that stuff. They'll show you some of the plugin helps. If you do /AH, you can see the auction house, which is basically where you can list pretty much any game and the item you want on here to sell for varying prices. We also have, like I said, the residence plugin, so as you can see, I have a land claim that goes around the perimeter of my base, and you can set flags to basically allow players to break, place blocks, kill enemies, pick up items, open chests, anything like that, so you can make like your own little base and basically keep it safe from griefers and people that want to steal. So, we also have big doors as well, which is a plugin that basically allows you to make doors using redstone. But it's not like normal redstone doors, it's basically you just need to do a couple commands and you can make a door with nothing but like one button. So, it's pretty interesting. So I'm going to go over to the creative world and show you some of that. I'm not going to go into a lot of the buildings because there's some weird stuff in the creative world. But I'll show a little overview of it. So this is the main spawn area. We've built a tower here. We've got a library. Well, this is like the museum. We have a library over here we don't really use much. These are statues that the founders of the creative world, which is actually the first world, have made. The server at this point I think is almost 6 years old. The creative world is, at least. This is Irma. Let's talk about his house. He was one of the staff members. He's one of my friends in real life as well. So all these staff have been on different servers together. There's like 3 or 4 of us that have all been on the same different servers over time. I'm the newest to like the friend groups, haven't been on the servers, but I've been on some. So we've actually done a little like archival room inside of the museum to kind of show off some of these worlds. So as you can see, we've got a sign here. This basically stands to serve and honor the past worlds. So there are a little sign that's basically describing the world, telling what world it is, and like the time period it was around. This server is actually where my friends Pop the Cat and Arma first met, so this is a very nostalgic, I guess, server for them. This is where they kind of got their start. Basically, I mean, for this server here probably wouldn't exist. So that's kind of where the origin started. This is the first server I played with them on. This was versions, that's what we called it, because basically we started from beta and worked our way up to like modern versions, and so that was pretty interesting. It started in like late 2019. It was like fall, winter. So basically, we saw our biggest player base in 2020, early 2020, and that lasted until about the summer, and then it kind of fell off and died. It's actually the most recent server here, I believe, that had actually a large player base. And that's about it for the museum archival room. So I'll show off a little more of the museum, and then I'm probably gonna end the video. We have a main room here. Has the globe. And we just have some balconies and stuff. That pretty much concludes it for the museum. I'll go on to a few other things over here. There's a PvP arena over here that uses some plugins to do some PvP fights with people. We have some different builds and stuff. As you can see, Arma has actually built this building, and he built most of this building. Arma's a really talented builder. I'll leave a description or a link to his channel in the description. He's really good at building, guys. And we have a small city over here, actually, which is funny because it's almost never used for anything, but yeah. That concludes really the tour of the server. If you guys want to join, if you're interested in joining, we're open to anybody. We have some basic rules, though, which are in our website, which I'll also leave a description to. Basically, just no hacking, harassment, stealing, cheating, anything like that. Basically, your basic server rules. But we hope to see you one if you guys are interested in joining. And with that, I'm going to leave the video here.